Can you do a side to your
Okay, good morning everyone. Thank you all so much for being here today. Today we're going to be doing a workshop over the importance of student discourse in the classroom. And this is something that when the school administrators, DIs, principals got together, they really saw as something that the district really wants to focus on in the 2016-2017 school year. And student discourse might seem like it's a pretty straightforward thing, but a lot of teachers aren't sure how to implement student discourse in their classrooms or even what student discourse is. So the purpose of today is to define that for you, give you some ideas of strategies you could use in the classroom pertaining to student discourse, and give you some time to actually plan some lessons involving student discourse in your own classrooms for the upcoming school year. So the very first thing that we have to do is make sure that we know exactly what student discourse is, or you can't incorporate it into your classroom. So what I would like you to do is on your desks, you'll see little sticky notes. If y'all will each take a sticky note, and on your own, if you don't have any writing utensils, I have some pens and pencils and there are markers up here, you can come grab one. On your own, take a minute or two to think of your own definition of student discourse. There's no right answer, there's really no wrong answer. Just what does student discourse mean to you? And if you will write that on your sticky note on your own, and then we will discuss. Write what you think. There's no right or wrong answer. Just what do you think student discourse means? Did everyone have time to do their definition? Okay, great. So go ahead and with your partner or group, share your definition with them. Compare your definition, see maybe what it has in common, what it doesn't have in common. Just go ahead and share those definitions with your groups.
My definition is students.
I said it was just collaboration between students.
I said student involvement and so they both of our definitions are centered around students, obviously, and it's the doing work.
Okay.
Students working.
Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to come to a consensus definition as a group here. So, would anyone like to share some of the main points of you or your partner or what y'all discuss together? Yes, Kelly.
We put students doing work in the classroom, some type of rigor or taking ownership or engagement in the classroom.
So let's write engagement. And then I heard rigor. And would you maybe say we can summarize that as student-centered?
Yes,
maybe,
absolutely.
Okay? Okay, great. Thank you so much. And group over here, did y'all have anything that y'all would like to share about your definition of student discourse?
Teacher-led, as
Okay.
I've called this, getting the students on the right in for this sort of course.
Okay, so getting students on the right course. Okay, so teacher-led to get students on the right course. Okay, anything else that y'all want to share that you want to add to our little definition of what we think student discourse might be?
I put taking ownership. Students
Okay.
taking ownership in their learning.
Okay, awesome. Okay. Do you think that there is any specific format? Did any of y'all talk about different formats that this might take the shape of? Okay. Anything else that we want to add to our list? Okay. So what I want y'all to do, and you can do this either in your partnerships or if all four of you want to discuss it, go ahead and use the definitions that you have and what we wrote up here as our main points, and let's come up with a definition that we can agree on as a class on what student discourse might be. So tweak all the definitions, we can kind of synthesize them together as far as what student discourse might be.
So do y'all think it's more student-centered or more teacher-centered? Have y'all heard this term before?
I've never heard
Student-centered.
this term.
Well, she said that it's teacher-led, but student-centered. So the teacher's a guide, and the students are actually going through, collaborating, and
teacher-led lessons that focus on student-centered activities.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Perfect.
So that's our consensus definition that we're all good with? Okay, so our consensus definition is teacher-led, what was it, activity?
Teacher-led lesson that focuses on student-centered activities.
Okay. Okay. I think that's a great definition to start with that we can definitely work off of. Some other ones, when we were doing this with other groups and other classes, some other ones that were developed were content-driven, meaningful student-to-student discussion. When students engage in meaningful conversation over a topic with the goal of deepening their understanding of the content. Conversation wherein students use academic vocab to challenge each other and scaffold for rigor to deepen understanding. So I think it'll definitely have a lot of the focus on the students, and that's absolutely what it is. It's focused on the students, definitely has to be teacher-guided, teacher-led, but a little bit more than just any activities, they're really looking to incorporate student discussion, and that's what discourse is really talking about. They want the students to be discussing. Now they can use a variety of activities wherein they're discussing, and we'll talk about those a little bit later, but they're really focusing and honing in on, can students use academic vocab and terminology and talk to each other to deepen their understanding of whatever the content of that class may be. Does anyone have any questions about that? Okay, so we came up with our consensus definition. So what we're going to do now is we're actually going to read a little article on student discourse, and these are yours to keep, so if you would like to write on them or make little notes or jot down questions or anything like that, please feel free. And we're going to kind of chunk this up instead of reading it all at once. What I'm going to have you do is I'm going to have you read the first two sections, and we're going to get a little chart that looks like this. Each section on the chart corresponds with a section in the reading. So you can take notes or jot down keywords or questions or aha moments, whatever really stands out to you in this chart, you can go ahead and jot that down. And then we're going to stop after the first two sections so you can discuss with your group or ask me questions, and then we'll move on from there. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, so we're reading and jotting down aha moments for the first two sections right now. I'll put on a little background music while we do this.